Casey's biggest hits.
3 years ago this week, one of the biggest hits in the USA was I Swear, by a foursome who say they're a vocal group out of necessity. None of them are very good at playing an instrument. I'll have details and that big hit after this.
Casey's Top 40.
I'm David Perry for Casey Kasem. Now we're up to the brand new #1 song in the USA on Casey's Top 40, and it's by a hot new vocal group known for their polished, tight harmonies. But not too long ago, they couldn't even win a karaoke contest in their hometown. It was just a year ago that Tony Borowiak, Jamie Jones, and Alfred Navarez were virtual unknowns, not exactly speeding down the fast lane to success. They were three guys from Antelope Valley, California, who sang together just for the fun of it. And when they had some songs rehearsed, they'd often go to local clubs where there were karaoke machines. Then they'd pretend they were major artists singing along with the background music provided by the machine. They thought they were getting pretty good at it, especially singing old R&B hits. So when they heard about a local club that was putting on a big karaoke competition, they decided to enter hoping to win the big prize, a check for $997. It turned out they didn't win the karaoke competition at that Antelope Valley club, but the experience was very worthwhile, because it was at that competition that they first heard Delius Kennedy, a singer whose voice they loved. They asked him to join them, and their trio became a quartet. After that, they kept working on their sound and finally managed to land a record contract. Earlier this year, their first hit, a remake of So Much in Love, went all the way to #2. And now their latest hit has done even better, because this week it's the biggest song in the land. The brand new #1 song in the USA on Casey's Top 40 is I Swear by the vocal quartet All for One.
I swear, American Top 40.
A group who joke about having a United Nations look. The four of them didn't plan it that way. It just so happens that Jamie Jones and Delius are African Americans, Alfred Navarez is Latino, and Tony Borowiak is, well, he simply calls himself the white guy. They say the thing that brought them together wasn't some rainbow coalition, but the blend of their voices. Jamie Jones told us, "We're just looking to put together the best vocal mix. Alfred, for example, is in the group because he has a strong bass voice, not because we think he can attract Latino fans." Well, they're all attracting all kinds of fans these days. For the 6th week in a row, the #1 song in the USA belongs to All for One. I Swear.
American Top 40.
It's AT40's Top 50 for 1994. At number 48, the song that was the first hit for the top new vocal act of the year. And with So Much in Love, All for One got their first taste of fame.
How do you prepare for something like that? It still hasn't hit us. I wish it would. People are staring and asking for autographs and screaming. It's like, for me? What did I do?
You start looking behind you.
I just went home a couple of days ago for a couple of days, and everywhere we went to a restaurant. My dad, "Do you know who you're waiting on? This is so-and-so." Went to rent a car, took my car back in. "Do you know who's renting a car from you, don't you? This is so-and-so." It's like that. Yeah. Stop.
As we go along. Casey's Top 40.
I'm Casey Kasem. And easing down a single notch to number 39 on Casey's Top 40, here's All for One. The group recently performed live in New York City, but they weren't playing at a club or an arena. They played for a huge nationwide television audience as part of this year's Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. This is All for One with I Can Love You Like That.
Casey's biggest hits.
3 years ago this week, one of the biggest hits in the USA was by a foursome who say they're a vocal group out of necessity. None of them are very good at playing an instrument. The members of this quartet, Jamie Jones, Delius Kennedy, Alfred Navarez, and Tony Borowiak, all say they've tried playing guitar and piano, but they've never been able to come even close to professional in their sound. They say if they played their own instruments, they'd never have scored a recording contract. But they say that, thankfully, they've got terrific control over their vocal cords. Control that led them to one of the biggest hits in the USA 3 years ago this week. Here's All for One and I Swear.
I swear by the moon and the stars and